What is going on, true brokies? We can't be believers anymore. Now we're just brokies because the market continues to dump at a catastrophic rate. In fact, we had just had, basically, look, the one thing that you know about the market right now, institution has taken over. Retail is not here. Now, we've seen some inflows of retail, but generally speaking, we are in a very poor position. Just a few moments ago, you saw an incredible liquidity sweep that went from we were down over $100 billion in this market to we were up on the day to we were now down $100 billion yet again. So this market is absolutely catastrophic. That usually means that we're headed down. That usually means that there are no new buyers stepping in order to make these buys. By the way, that doesn't mean necessarily that it's a bad thing, that the market is done or cooked or anything like that. This is a temporary move, I think, to the downside. It is corrective measures being taken by institutions to deleverage some of their risk-based positions based on Donald Trump and the tariffs that are happening in the world right now. So let me show you this complicated mixture of what's going on, because there's a lot to it. It's a little bit wild, but what is normal under Donald Trump? The answer, nothing. It's not financial advice, but I'm always right.
It's your boy Bleed. Everybody listen up. Let's get it. I'm trying to put money in your pocket. That crypto wallet. That bing bada bing ching ching big profit. Even when the market's sideways, I'm looking for ways to get paid. I'm checking my coins around breakfast, then again around bedtime. Bet this, it's not financial advice, but I'm always right. 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 I'm always right.
All right, guys. So it is complicated what's going on in the market. We're going to, as best we can, try to break this down for you just a little bit. But look, when you look at the Bitcoin chart, you can't be anything more than just a little bit disgusted with what appears to be going on right here. This is basically just real market manipulation. Like we have rarely seen in this industry. It's really crazy when you start to break it down and you really just take a hardcore look how we are being manipulated. Okay. And look, it's okay. As long as you know you're being manipulated, cool. Whatever. So this is what the market looks like today after this gigantic move. After this, by the way, when you consider that Bitcoin went from 78,000 all the way up to 95,000 in 3 short days, that gives you an idea of how much money there is in this market and how much is just sitting on the sidelines waiting for positivity coming out. These guys have their hands in everything, and because there's so much more capital here right now, and because retail is soft, we are witnessing historic levels of manipulation. Okay, so let's talk about all that's going on. First, this is what it looks like on the 24-hour for the crypto bubbles. Okay. And we're talking about, again, catastrophic moves down. We've got Ondo down 20%. We've got Sonic down 22%. By the way, today would be a great day to buy some Sonic chain, or it would be a really good day to buy some Ondo, or even Link down 16%. You look around and you can't help but just be like, wow, there is a lot. But look at this on the hour, everything is pumping. Okay. Now, the reason for that is because it dumped so hard for the last little while that, it's just unbelievable. How's Luna going? I don't work for Luna, so I don't really care. Like, this guy. For the week, you've got a couple of good spots. You've got HBAR at 23%, PulseX at 26%, Cardano at 24%, Pi's at 13%. But generally speaking, you've still got some real downward pressure. Now, when you start to move out on the daily to the 100 to 200, it continues to get worse and worse. And you can see really highlighting like meme coin stuff like that. Those are the ones that are really experiencing it badly. So, the market is just eating everybody up. But you know who's not, by the way? A couple of the cryptos that we're talking about, or that we've been talking about, they're doing a little bit better. Now, Fear and Greed Index is down to 15, which means that after that little bit of a recovery here, we did not failure to launch. But guess what? Again, if you bought in this area, and by the way, if you bought 5 days ago at 10, when we reached extreme fear, if you just bought that day and then you sold yesterday as we were pumping, just to give you guys an idea here. Oh, by the way, we're still moving down. But just to give you guys an idea here, you would have been up if you caught near the top 20%. It would be up 20%. So, and this, by the way, this is just Bitcoin, but Bitcoin in 3 days went up 20%. So if you were just holding your Bitcoin, got to 20% pump, and then sold it, hoping for a recovery or a retracement, guess what? You get to make your money all over again. That's how easy this market is once you're an institution, or once you have that ability and the capital on the sidelines to buy these dips and then take your money back out each and every time. Add to whatever you do, however you invest, as long as you buy during extreme fear and sell when you get into this extreme greed. By the way, for anybody who's new to the channel, status here is this: when you are in this range or lower, this is a clear buy area. When you are in this range or over here, this is a sell area. If you do that, historically, you will make a ton of money in the crypto market. If you look, I'll put it this way. If you took everything that you have capital-wise on the sidelines and bought while it's at 15, and then when it comes up here to 70, all you have to do today, don't buy on futures, just buy on spot, okay? And really focus on Bitcoin if you bought right now, or any one of the other major currently trending cryptos like XRP, something like that. If you bought one of these right now and waited for a 70 in the Fear and Greed Index, you're going to make a lot of money. And then if you sold it at 70, and look, if it goes up and it runs to 80 or 90, it doesn't matter. It really does not matter. If I come back here and just to show you guys what I'm talking about, let's go back 1 year. If you bought when it dipped down here 1 year, right there, it's August 6th on the Fear and Greed Index. That was 17. That's where it went down. If you bought on that day, just Bitcoin here, right there. All right. So this was the day. If you had bought at 17 right there, and you sold when the first time it went to 70, that's the question, right? 64, we didn't get there. 70 right here, we got to 70 on October 17. So from here to October, where the fuck is October? Top of October. From there to October 17, you would have made 40%. And it would have taken you 2 months, 72 bars, a little over 2 months. You would have gone up 40% on your investment holding, or 35. Let's just call it 35% because it's 38.8. You would have gone up 38%. Now, would you have missed this continuation move right here? Yes, you would have missed that continuation move, because if you look at it from this context, it did get very, very hot. Okay. But let's put some perspective on this as well. If we did the same thing with Ethereum from August to October, would be same as far as percentages go. or better. Let's go to here to here. Yeah, about 32%. Now you would have missed this right here, but guess what? You're back down in the same spot you were in a few months ago. So make your money one more time. Now that we're down in this position, now that we've got the double bottom, which led to the explosive rally, we've got a double bottom, which is going to lead to another explosive rally, most likely. Now, will it go back up to 4,000? I don't know. It could go to 3,000. But if it does, that's even bigger. That's an even bigger win for you right now than it would be. So look, I guess what I'm telling you is if you have a good amount of capital on the side, if you are looking for entry position, then your entry position is right now. And that's not chart analysis or anything like that. Like that's all this is me just saying when the fear and greed index is a certain level, buy. When it's another certain level, sell. If you do that, you will historically make a lot of money. That's all. Okay. That's all you have to do. That's all you have to. And by the way, did I tell you it was going to go probably down lower? Yeah, I've been telling you that for days. Hopefully we get a reversal. Hopefully we get some kind of move. But I mean, look, here we are. Now, look, also, not everything is like that. So let's get into some news real quick. Let's get through this because I want to speed this up for you. Dow Jones slides 450 points on Trump tariffs. By the way, when we click this, it was over 600 points. The market is currently priced down 635. So massive dump. And it's all about President Trump's tariffs going into effect. NVIDIA reversed heavy losses, but Tesla sold off in morning action. So NVIDIA was down nearly 9% over the last couple of days, started to move back up, but Tesla is starting to slide big time. So it says this Tuesday, sales of the company's China-made vehicles dropped more than 49% in February from a year ago to 30,688 cars. So we've gone from, or Tesla's gone from selling 45,000 cars in a month down to 30,000 cars in a month. And you can't fund a $400 billion part-time government employee like Elon Musk if you're only selling 30,000 cars. So Trump tariffs, big earning movers were AutoZone, Best Buy, On, GitLab, Okta, and Target. I look until we get some clarity on these tariffs and we get some wins from the tariff. And that's the idea. We want the wins. Once we get the wins from the tariff, then things will change dramatically. But right now we are pricing in this war that we're getting into. It's a financial war, but a war nonetheless. So we'll see what happens there. Now, Friday, there is a big announcement allegedly coming. We're going to talk about that in just a moment from these meetings. Ultimately, you should still maintain yourself in a pretty bullish strategy long term. Also, the next question is, and this is a good question right here, is Wall Street targeting strategy with Bitcoin sell-off? Analysts speculate that major Wall Street players may be driving Bitcoin prices lower to put pressure on Michael Saylor's strategy. He's making it difficult for the rest of them. Michael Saylor's last 13 Bitcoin purchases have accumulated 1.95 billion in unrealized losses. So with MicroStrategy stock down over 27% in the past month, concerns of a liquidity crunch grow, especially if Bitcoin dips below 60,000. Price dropped to 82 and it has triggered over 400 million in liquidation. So could it be that Wall Street is attacking MicroStrategy and they're trying to get in there? Right here it says, in case you're wondering why he's on X or CNBC every day throwing out numbers like Bitcoin will hit a 200 trillion market value, it's because he's facing liquidation and desperately trying to fuel the bubble. Not really. I mean, look, this is how dumb some of these guys are. Okay. If you just imagine Michael Saylor owns 499,000 Bitcoin through strategy, and the average DCA is 67,000. So where is Bitcoin right now? His $67,000 purchase is now worth 82,700 even on the dip. So, and by the way, he diamond handed when he was buying it at 30,000 and it was dipping down to 20,000. Okay. He was DCAing. At one point, his DCA was 37,000 when it was trading at somewhere near 20. So I don't think they're going to shake him, and I don't think that's real. I think that people are just making up a story. By the way, the next CME futures gap perfectly aligns with right there at the bottom from the top of that last range pump. So this is where I think we're going to end up. I think the market is going to bring us to right here at 74,000 before we reverse. That fills the CME futures gap all the way, by the way. And I think it goes down to 73,008. So it's not ironic that it's sitting right there. So that's where I think we're going to go. Now, next thing up, Israel advances a CBDC plan. So there is going to be a digital shekel design. They're releasing a preliminary design for its central bank digital currency, the digital shekel, while the U.S. explores a crypto reserve. So more bullish news, Israel entering the CBDC market. By the way, the U.S. is going to enter the CBDC market. You may not like it, and a lot of people will not like it, but that is the future of money and transacting, and it's less expensive than physically moving money around from one location to another. And look, the people who are making profit off of moving money around are not going to support it. So big industries in some ways going to be like, yeah, we don't want to do that. But that doesn't mean that it's not a good idea. So keep that in mind. I do think that I think, in my opinion, that ultimately the U.S. will have a CBDC of some sort. It's a less frictioned transaction than using real world money. And it's a digital asset that will help free up money for the entire system by cutting out some needless waste. So the less friction in a transaction, the better you are. Next up, here's how Trump's crypto insider whale netted 81 million in profit in 2 days. A crypto whale made 81 million within 2 days by shorting Ethereum with 50x leverage during the Donald Trump influenced market crash. A crypto whale is alleged as an insider after netting 81 million in profits. Donald Trump is one of the most influential factors in the crypto market, and his action could cause it to rise or crash. The crypto market witnessed a major pump when Trump announced the U.S. Strategic Crypto Reserve. However, the market crashed soon after the tariff plan on Mexico went live. Amid these fluctuations, billions were liquidated, but this alleged insider crypto whale earned big, making 81 million in unrealized profits. This must have happened because the trader's prediction about the crypto market came true. However, the intensity of the profits left everyone stunned, leading to accusations that he's an insider. So, as ETH drops, the whale who shorted ETH with 50x leverage is now sitting on an unrealized profit over 81 million. Look, somebody could have just guessed it, or maybe it's somebody who knows. I mean, really, if we look at the wallet address, it's right here. And I don't know if they're leaving it in the wallet, leaving it in, or if, let's see. Yeah, they've already taken the money out. That wallet is dead to the world now. Actually, this is not even a wallet with anything in it. Like, this is wrong. Look on chain post. Let's go. This is an analytics platform. Let's see what this person did right here. All right. So they have 101.1 million in perpetual futures. And they're opening shorts. Here we go. This is what they're doing right now, opening shorts. And they're just continuing, it looks like, to short Ethereum. That's what they're doing. They're continuing to short Ethereum with small amounts over and over again. Wild. All right. So, yeah, they've already started to close in order to lock in their positions. So there you have it. Another whale, just ugh. Now, here's the big news. And this is why I think this is only going to get better from here, and the dump could be over soon. Will Donald Trump establish a zero crypto tax policy at the White House summit? That's the next question. So on Friday, there are rumors that Donald Trump will announce that all United States-based cryptos will have a zero crypto tax policy. So if you are trading United States cryptos, then you will not have to pay a tax. That is the idea. Now, we don't have a list of them. There was a list of US based cryptos that's floating around online. XRP is one. Of course, Bitcoin will end up being one. So we'll see which ones they are. Maybe Solana, Ethereum. There might be a couple of them in there that are included, and they might also be able to move their HQs to the United States to become a crypto hub. And if you are in the United States and you have your LLC registered in the United States, then there's no crypto tax. By the way, speaking of US-based companies that there will be no crypto tax on, SWP. SWP's LLC is in the United States, so there will be no tax on your gains for the Saitama Wolfpack. Also, by the way, there's going to be quite a few other ones that are around here. CC Coin, based in the United States, so all your profits would be locked in same way. So I think Devi probably will as well, along with Fias. I'm sure Fias. Devi, I believe, is also does have an LLC in the United States. So, by the way, Doge Army, for those of you that, or Doge Amy, that all of you got in yesterday, you should be up 5x right now, 4x right now. So, you're welcome if you listened to me yesterday. And again, you can't put a lot of money in because it's not a huge liquidity project. But, I think if this thing starts to really get some sentiment, and look, we're dealing with, by the way, where did it go? We're dealing with a market collapse. So in the middle of this market collapse, Solana is now down to $134. So, if we do get a reversal, Dow Jones now down 700 points on the day. Donald Trump is breaking things. So you guys, look, we all voted Donald Trump, right? So we're getting what we earned. So congratulations, you guys. You earned it. You earned it. You earned this dump with your vote. Congratulations, baby. All right, so should be zero taxes on it. And I think that we're going to a lower range, by the way. One of the things that I do want to point out that I watched the analyses of a couple of different people. They're all wrong right now about what's going on in the market. Okay. We just want to be clear here. They are all wrong about what's going on in the market, and they are not understanding. They are not feeling it, blah, 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 blah. We're all looking for reasons. The reason is very simple. It's easy to manipulate the market right now. So that's what's going on. Now, that did come to the 200 MA. The 200 MA is your kind of strength position right here. If we bounce off of the 200 MA, then we continue to be incredibly bullish. Now, if you come back over here and look, going back to 2023, when we are below the 200 MA, we are bearish and we come down dramatically. When we are above the 200 MA, we go up dramatically. Now, by the way, this is a lagging indicator. So what we're doing is what predicates how it happens. Now, you can see right here when we got into a consolidation period towards the end of the year before the election, we did go below the 200 MA for a short period of time without breaking down because we were generally bullish. Now, if that continues, then great. We're going to have a strong bounce off of this. If we just consider what we're going to do on the 200 MA is we're going to buy when it hits, and we're going to try to find and find the top. If you did, that's 71% profit on a Bitcoin move if it breaks out like that. Now, the other thing to remember is that the 50 likes to stair step itself. And what did it do? It came up here, stair stepped, came up here, stair stepped, came up here, stair stepped, came up here, stair step, came up here, stair step for a long time, came up here, and now we're stair stepping. So ultimately, we're still fine. Ultimately, I think we're in a good position. Ultimately, we're still long-term bullish. We're just going through something right now. We're going through something in the markets. Donald Trump did not. Look, Donald Trump is messing some stuff up. And maybe, just maybe, it's for the better for the United States. So we don't have a choice. By the way, you can argue about it, you can fight about it, you can be mad about it, blah, 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 but you do have to give it a chance. He's the president. He's the one that's in control and in charge. So you got to suck it up and deal with it. So, you know, make a cake and shut up. You know what I mean? So maybe no crypto taxes. And that could be a good move for the overall market. Also, NASDAQ has submitted a 19B4 filing for Grayscare's Hedera ETF. Anton says Donald Trump is the first crypto president. No, Joe Biden, sadly, was the one that approved a Bitcoin ETF and an Ethereum ETF. So historically, it's actually going to end up being Joe Biden, of all people, that we're going to remember as one of the first crypto presidents. And by the way, they're going to disrespect Donald Trump, just so you understand. In the mainstream, it's going to be what I just said. So you know what, and I don't care about how the history books are going to write it. Donald Trump is the best person, I think, historically, for cryptocurrency. And by the way, I do say that over and over again, that Joe Biden was the guy that approved the Bitcoin ETF and the Ethereum ETFs and stuff like that. But remember, he was kind of forced to do it. Like, it's not because he wanted to. It's because the courts put him in a position where he had to. So when I say he's the crypto president, it's going to be because of the fight, not because of the truth. So going to be a little bit weird when that happens. But there is now an HBAR ETF that has been filed. Also, Bybit CEO is tracking the money, and he says that 20% of the 1.4 billion has now gone dark as hackers have now swapped to Bitcoin. 77% remains traceable. He gave a 2-week time frame to freeze what's available from the crypto heist. So basically what he's saying is, obviously these people have to cash out. And they will or could cash out, but at least they're able to track it right now. So what will happen? I don't know. Let's talk about some meme coins. Let's talk about what's going on in the broader markets. DevE is on a big dip right now, down to 67 cents. The longer it takes for an announcement that we thought we were getting in January, the more bearish it is for DevE. And by the way, there was just an announcement in one of the chats. Okay. I'm going to give you what it says, because I'm just going to read it for you, by the way. Okay. So it says, the announcement says Dev Digital, the future of secure. You know what? Let's, matter of fact, let's just pop this up on the screen. Waka, waka, waka. All right, here we go. So Dev Digital, the future of secure and efficient digital asset trading is here. The world of real-world asset tokenization, crypto, and digital assets is full of promise, but also plagued by hacks. Also, point of order, I did speak to the team yesterday. There will be an update to CoinMarketCap. If I can be so bold as to... All right, CoinMarketCap, if I go to DevE, now, guys, we all know that DevE is an RWA. Like, you can read it and you can see it. Well, I went back and I looked at all the tags for DevE, and it's under smart contract, marketplace, real estate, gaming, payments, and Ethereum ecosystem. It is not listed as a real world asset. So when I look at, real estate, for example, and I say, well, these are the number one real estate things by market cap, DevE is the number 2 overall crypto token by real estate standards. And it's not a real estate. When it comes down to gaming, there is a gaming tag. So if I'm looking for a gaming tag, then it comes up here. It's DevE is down into right here in gaming, like it's 60 million market cap. So it's not in the right category. Now, ultimately, gaming is going to be available on the DevX on the DevX blockchain. That's what Fiat is all about. Fiat is the gas that runs it. But as you can see, so anyway, the long story short, I did speak to the team. They think that's a good idea. So you should see an update that it's going to be an RWA. So it's going to be comparable in that category. And when people see that and they say, oh, well, that's got a 60 million market cap, it's in RWA. People are watching RWAs a lot right now. I think it's good exposure. So if that happens, then I think that's going to be a real cool thing that this market will be like, whoa. And you might see some new investors come in speculative. But introducing DevX Exchange, the first truly non-custodial instant settlement digital asset exchange that eliminates counterparty risk, prevents hacks, and ensures regulatory compliance. No more custody issues. Unlike a CEX, Dev Exchange lets institutions and traders, this is important, institutions and traders keep full control of their assets without sacrificing speed or efficiency. And what that means is you're going to be able to connect your DeFi wallet. The Dev Exchange will not create a wallet for you. It can if you need one, but it will ask you to create one with Glassdoor. So Glassdoor is the DevX crypto wallet. So it will ask you to create your own wallet and you will be in control. So with Dev Protect, assets are safeguarded at the blockchain level, offering recourse for stolen funds and lost keys because this is a business protocol. And then our contingent transaction sets technology guarantees trades settlement immediately, removing counterparty risk. It's designed for institutions and retail, like the first exchange that balances TradFi grade compliance with blockchain innovation. And it isn't just fixing crypto trading, we are redefining it. Stay tuned for updates. In the coming weeks, we will share new details about token utility, team news, partnerships, and technical updates. So guess what, guys? You've got weeks now, and I don't know exactly how long it's going to be in that weeks category, but you have a limited amount of time before DevX really starts to unveil a lot of stuff. Okay. Now, I hope that you have, and by the way, I'm going to be honest with you guys right now. I cannot stress this enough. If DevX is going to $50 to $1 billion market cap, which would be $50, actually that would be about $5 billion. So if it's going to a $5 billion market cap, then you got to ask yourself right now, how much Devi do you need to have in order to be rich? Figure it out, because it's going to be important and it's going to be fast. It is my belief, just to give you guys some clarity in this market, Devi is partnered with NASDAQ. It's an open secret at this point. Franklin Templeton is partnered with SWE. Franklin Templeton is not the name that NASDAQ is. And SWE has a 10 billion market cap. Okay. White Rock is is partnered with BlackRock, and they have $1 billion market cap. Okay. NASDAQ is not bigger than BlackRock, by the way, but it is more exposed, if you will. NASDAQ is where BlackRock goes to buy stuff. I mean, that's how big it is. So I think that this partnership, when it is announced, is going to send this thing to the stratosphere. And what I mean is, it'll be today, it's going to be 67 cents. That announcement gets made, it's going to be $10. The next day, it's going to be $30. The next day, it's going to be $50. The next day, it's going to be $70. You know what I mean? Like, it's just going to keep going, in my opinion, until it finds its price point. And it doesn't matter, because here's the thing to remember. A lot of people, if you go into Whales Chat, and by the way, don't respect the people that are sitting in Whales Chat talking about it like they're pros, okay? They're mostly lucky people who just happen to put one soul into something and cashed out 300 soul, okay? They're not the geniuses of investing. They're just lucky. And by the way, in crypto, it should be noted at this point that if you have enough capital to just kind of take some shots, then all you have to do is just take a bunch of shots, and eventually one of them just explodes. Okay. So yeah, just remember that. All right. Anyway, just buy Devi. Just buy Devi. If you don't, it's going to be a problem. You're going to miss out. Also, buy yourself some CC coin. Today could be a good day for you to buy CC coin because it is dipping. And finally, on the 1 hour, it looks like it's dipping nice. On the daily, it's looking like it's dipping nice. So this is an opportunity. It broke down from support at this level. And by the way, when you look at the flow, when you look at capital flows, it's about 300 to the out. So there's not a lot. There's not a lot right now. Okay. So, that capital outflow leads to a huge red candle. That's manipulation. Why is that manipulation? That's because the Solana price has collapsed again as we got trapped. By the way, it is bulls and bears trapping each other in these wild trades. And look, most people, when this pump started, they got back into the market and they started to long their positions like, oh my God, here we go. And that's why this move happened. And remember, if you will, just going back here to last year, this is where we were talking about it. We were furious at this. Remember, like we were so mad that this was happening. We were getting these wild swings. We were getting these pumps and dumps. We were getting these wild moves and then these big corrections, wild moves, big correction. We were getting it over and over and over again. All we're doing right now is we're seeing that happen. And what did we understand when that was happening? We understood when that was happening that the market was just being manipulated, right? Now, if somebody's over here telling you, well, the market, we're done right now. Well, no, dumb. This right here is happening again. If we were to just like this is wild, okay? We're gonna take a trend line. We're gonna take a trend line right here, and we're gonna say this, that's the trend line right there, right? And then over here, we're gonna do the same thing. We're gonna say that's close enough to the trend line. Maybe like this. Let's call that right there. That's the trend lines, right? Those are the trend lines that are playing out right now. So if I close this out and I close this out, what's Fozzie say? Waka waka. And I look at and I do this over here. Guess what? It's the same goddamn thing. Okay. The same trend is playing out again. If I did this over there at the top, that's not exact. That's not as much. That's not as much. That top is not raining the same way, but it's complicated, biatch. You know what I mean? In fact, I probably would be easier if I just took where are we at here? Parallel channel. If we just took a parallel channel and did this and said this right here and said that's what it's doing. And then we look at it from this context and said, well, you know, let's do this. About the same thing is happening over here as well. And then what happened ultimately? What happened ultimately is we finally got a breakout. And when we got the breakout, what did it look like? It went from here up to here. So when we get that breakout again, and it goes from here to here, where do we go? We go to $160,000. Okay. We're not done yet. This market is not cooked. You know what I mean? No more Pepe meme vids. I don't know. They're so just so everybody understands, Pepe meme, their main account was hacked and they're on pause until they get their Twitter account back. And once they get their Twitter account back, from what I understand, it's going to resume. As a matter of fact, where are we at here? Where'd it go? There you go. Hi, our Twitter was hacked and Twitter support is working slowly. Takes a lot of time on their part, and therefore we cannot continue the project normally. We are still negotiating with them, and they are very slow in solving our problems. As you know, Twitter is a very important, I'm highlighting that. It's a very important social network for every project, and without it, it is difficult to develop the project. We are also collaborating with other influencers, but they also don't want to make videos while our Twitter is frozen, so we can't do anything right now until Twitter support helps us. I repeat, and by the way, this happened to me, so I'm giving them the benefit of doubt. And then we hope that the problem will be solved soon. And then right here, someone named Nexo from their team reached out to ask me about doing more videos. And I was like, hey, hi, we want to buy ad here. And then it was my videos, and it was for pepememe.io. And then he said, I don't know. There's a lot of us that work on the project. So, but from what I'm understanding from them, that's what's going on. As soon as they get their account back, then the launch is still on. It's just been delayed shortly. And by the way, if the market is dumping, what's the point? So that's not a defense, by the way. That's not a defense. They should have had two-factor authentication. If that's the case, they should have, there's a lot of things that I have an opinion about, but we'll see. But I'm told that it will be launching, and that I'm just crazy if I'm saying things that are not, well, nonetheless, that's what I was told, and that's where I'm at. So anyway, Bitcoin to the bottom of this channel. Now it's starting to wick off of it. The 200 MA should come up into this purple box. Didn't make it to the purple box last time, but that's where the 50 MA is. So I would suspect that we're on a move again for another corrective move back up here in a liquidity sweep sort of fashion. If I were to say that, then the important thing is go look at the Bitcoin liquidation heat map. Now try to zoom out. 2 weeks is a pretty good time. Seems like the market is reacting pretty well to like 2-week levels. So you can see right here, there's just a huge amount of liquidity sitting up in this range. And the question now is, how far down can we go? How far up can we go? What is the sweep that we need? Now, zooming out, this big pocket right here, 216 million. You notice we swept down there and we got that. And now the money is sitting right here at the top of the range at 95.5. I suspect we're going to see that happen. Now, in order to see how we get there, we go down to the lower time frames and we start looking around, and we're seeking and hunting liquidity right here on these shorter time frames. And it's really right there. It's 95,000 is where it is. So that looks to be the next move. On the 6-month chart, though, this is the big outward movement right here. Could there be a correction down into that 75 to 73 range? Look at how much money is still sitting there. So there is a move in play for this zone. So let's see what's going to happen. But ultimately, the big money sits above 100,000. So, again, nothing changes fundamentally about where we are in the market. This is just the game we play. Long term, we're still bullish because that's where all the money is, and the market will go after the money. But when we get down to these lower time frames, then we get a little bit more bearish. That's a long way to go to get that money, and there's not a whole lot ranging up here. Ultimately, there's not a whole lot along the way. There's way more down here, and it's easier for the price to go down than it is to go up. So we're going to need some news that moves the market. Now, what I said was, I think the Bitcoin ETFs would probably show some positivity, and they did show a little bit of positivity, but ultimately was outflows yesterday. Now, Ethereum ETF, same thing, outflows, not catastrophic, not huge. Okay, not huge, but pretty big. So now let's get into a few more, because not only do we have CoinShitcoin, which you better have a bag of, we've got the Saitama Wolfpack. The Saitama Wolfpack just had that the Vegas event cartoon. There's some more coming very, very soon. There's going to be another live, the spaces. I'll be there for the spaces. Also got my spaces tonight. SWP is trading at 1.3 cents. I told you guys I would suspect it if the market corrects to the upside, and it did for a short period of time, but if it does, that we're going to be very, very bullish. Now, look what you're seeing right now playing out on this right now. It's minting higher lows every time it goes. And then you've got this right here. It really looks like a bullish setup ultimately for SWP for a breakout. These people are holding. Now, look, the market will only allow so much holding. At some point, there's going to be people who are going to get shaken out and stuff like that. So we're going to go through something before it's done. That's what this market is designed for. So, but ultimately, I would suspect that we're going to see a really, really big move coming, an impulse move, if you will. And the reason that I think it matters the most is, look, you got a fairly active community, and you got 3.7 million is all that's left in that radium supply. That radium supply very, very soon is gonna hit zero, right? That when the bullish momentum kicks back in, this could go very, very quickly, and then all of a sudden there's going to be just a price crunch on SWP. So buy yourself some SWP. Otherwise, you're turning the frogs gay or something like that, I read. Now, Bogdanov, pump it. So, guys, I know that you know the Bogdanovs. They are the guys that created Pamp It, but because of the way that it was easier to go with Pump It. So that's the Pump It protocol. It is right now in a perfect buy position right now, with the rest of the market down about 14-15%, which, that's what everybody's down today. And you've had this move to this downside, but you've got a 2.5 million market cap and about 186,000 in liquidity off of 1 billion supply. And you got about 10,000 holders. The Bogdanovs, these guys are legends in cryptocurrency. Okay. These were some of the first Bitcoin maxis. These were your Pamp It guys. Okay. These are the guys that are going to move markets. They're going to be, these are homages, okay? Not only are they homages, but Andrew Kang posts about Bogdanov, and then who replied? Les Bogdanov, the account of Les Bogdanov, I should say, from the grave. So look, if you are looking for one of those things that, this is one of those opportunities. Let's zoom out here. 24 million market cap, currently sitting at 2.4 million market cap. If it does, and it will, but all of them will, by the way, all of them will. But if you look at that next impulse move, 30 million market cap. And if it breaks out to 40, then it's off to the races. Guys, there are certain narratives in crypto that are certain, all right? Elon Musk narratives are pretty certain. Bogdanov memes are pretty certain. CZ narratives are pretty certain. SHIB narratives are pretty certain. There are certainties in this industry. So if you don't have a bag of Pump It, then you are asleep at the wheel right now. Or you're just broke because you keep buying bullshit and you keep buying like Haley Welch's BJ meme coin, or you keep buying Ronaldinho's. You keep buying these things that are run by these celebrities who are just they're using you as exit liquidity so that they can get richer. If you're falling for that over and over again, this is an homage. This is an opportunity, and it is going to explode because of who it is. Remember, these people are famous for crypto. When the crypto bro memes come around, when the themes come back, this thing goes to 40 million market cap. And the reason it goes to 40 million market cap, by the way, is because it went to 20 million and it wasn't done. All right. Now it's time for 40 million on the next run up. And then after 40 million, by the way, full disclosure, the next impulse move on a 40 million is a 100 million. So there you go. Like, this thing is ready for a massive move. So buy yourself a small bag. Don't overinvest. Don't put yourself in a situation where you're holding too much of a supply. But consider this. Right now, you're talking about a 40x potentially. So if you were to put $1,000, consider it's probably going to be 40 grand. Now, will it ever get there? I don't know. You never know. This is all guesswork. What I'm doing is estimating where it's going to go when the narrative for crypto changes, and it will change. It will change. And where will it go becomes the question. As long as this team is dedicated, it's going to go to 100 million market cap. That's the way it works. I mean, I don't make the rules. I just point them out to you so that you know that there are rules. You know what I mean? So get yourself a bag of Pump It. Now, the other thing is the team at Trobits is working on, if you remember, we talked about this yesterday, and the video is coming out for Trobits today. They burn SHIB every day. They burn Luna Classic every day, and you can track them on their website, Trobits. Now, one of the things that we did was for some reason the ads weren't coming up. So they're working on the back end so that, there we go, so that the ads were pumping back out. So if you guys are looking for it, and these new ads that come in every single day, I was told by the team that they are every single day doing this. Now, let me give you, if there's anything that I'm missing right now, but these ads are what pay for it. So how does this work? Every time you come in, every time you click on the link, they earn ad revenue. Every time you see the ad, they earn ad revenue, and then they use it every single day to buy and burn Luna Classic, or they burn SHIB. And yesterday was their biggest burn day of the month. Thanks to you guys going in and checking it out. You didn't even have to do anything. All you had to do was go there and check out the website. And when you did, the ad revenue caught on, and then boom, they were able to burn a little bit more today than they were the day before. Also on SHIB, if you look at that one, also the biggest SHIB burn of the month so far. We want to keep that going, guys. If you just go to trobits.com, and by the way, yesterday when I did this, there wasn't a link in the description. There is a link in the description down below if you want to go check out Trobits. Again, you don't have to buy anything. It's just ad revenue. All you have to do is come over here and look. There's also going to be an ad on this page too. But you can see right here that there are articles that you can get involved in, and every day they're going to give you news. So here's the articles each and every day. Maybe we're going to start using this a little bit in our daily updates so that you get an idea of what's going on over here. And if you are interested or intrigued, then you have your daily brief right there, which would start your day. And then you have about 5 or 6 articles every single day, which we'll look at, and we'll see whether they're important or not. Crypto Hub, if you have any questions about SHIB, Lunk, or what you think of the website. Again, there's some stuff going on, some redesigns being worked on. We'll see what it looks like very, very soon. In the meantime, don't let your frog turn gay. Make sure you buy some Pump It. And we got a video for Pump It coming out as well. Now, total value locked. This is where the rubber meets the road, if you will. Solana, #1 all over again. Ethereum, everything's back to normal, by the way, just in case you guys are wondering. Now, remember, by the way, Ethereum had 50 billion in total value locked. It now only has 48 billion. So, Solana is still catching up, despite the fact that people were talking about and all the stupid shit that you say in your brain that I never hear because I never listen to you. Anyway, Solana is breaking out one more time. So I got a sense here that we're probably going to see some crazy shit going on with it pretty soon. Now, back to the market overall. XRP was pumping super hard earlier today. So something's going on with XRP. Most likely it's that Ripple lawsuit is about to be dropped. That's really probably what it is. As the rest of the market goes, HBAR up 5% because of that announcement today. Aave's up 6%. Ether, which is ATH, is up 3%. Everything else, RLC is up 8.5%. I like RLC. Like I made a prediction on RLC that if you see right here, like I thought that we were going to break out and head up to, and we didn't get that all-time high again, but I thought that it was going to break out on this last little run. And just like the rest of the market, it never broke out. But this is one of those data storage things for businesses, iExec. So I do think that this is one of the few real usable cryptos that are out there. So anyway, let's get into meme coins. Doge Amy. So the Doge Amy people, you can see right here, you just every once in a while you get a little bit of a dump here, but it pumped up super hard over the last couple of hours again. So if you got your 5x, if you got your 4x, you should be one of these people right here. Hopefully that means that you got your initial out and we can keep this chart pumping. It's at 30,000 market cap right now. You can see right here, we got that nice little swing on the up. It's continuing to pump. So there's going to be some new, whatchamacallit, stepping in, some new videos and stuff like that coming out. And the market is going to reverse. Remember, this came out right as the market collapsed. So I think 300,000 market cap is not, like, I mean, as long as it's supported, as long as people are working on it, then guess what? It's going to find its market, and you're going to get a couple 100,000. And at any point, somebody's going to say, thank you, Amy Gleason. When they say thank you, Amy Gleason, and Doge Amy is out there, guys, this thing is going to go to a 3 to a 30 million market cap. I'm telling you right now, it's going to be crazy what this thing does. And by the way, the one thing that should annoy you would be distribution of, would be distribution. But guess what? There's no crazy distribution. You know what I'm saying? Like there's not a crazy distribution of assets. So yeah, you should get yourself a bag. So anyway, there you have it. That's it. That's your show today. Rhythm down a little bit. Everything really just kind of dumping on the day. That's the pairing. That's, how it works. So hopefully we're going to get some traction in this market. I don't know for sure that we will. All right. The market is still just really cooked. The Dow Jones down 770 points to prices we haven't seen since, the last administration? I don't know. Like Joe Biden handed off 44,000. Joe Biden had the top over here at 45,000, and now the market's down to 42,000. Donald Trump better get it together. I don't know, man. Look at that. Look at Joe Biden just absolutely just dominated in this market, didn't he? Look at how that's crazy. And I know it's driving some of you crazy, and for some reason that brings me joy when I say shit like this, because it's not true, but you take it real serious, and for some reason that amuses me. Anyway, so I would suspect that this market is going to continue down, and I think we should look at this as the thing. 200 MA right there, so probably more downside momentum, which would include our market, and then a bounce from there, and maybe testing this top one more time. So we'll see what happens. Like I don't know. This market is cooked. It is complicated. But hopefully it's going to thaw pretty quickly, and we'll get back to the business of pumping, I guess. 2.7 trillion market cap. We've been lower. We were lower just a couple days ago. So never fear. We minted a higher low. If this, by the way, again, if we have not dumped all the way and this is the end of the dump, then big breakout, boom, boom, right there, right? We saw it last time, big breakout, boom, ended up long-term going crazy. So let's just see if it happens. I don't know. Let me know what you think in the comments down below, though. And this is not financial advice. I'm always right. I appreciate each and every one of you, and we'll talk to you again very, very soon.